Hello and welcome finally to my YouTube channel. Ako nga pala si Jerome Ignacio and this is our very first vlog. In this vlog, I'm going to talk about sneakers, pop culture, and basketball. Pero for today, for our first episode, I am going to react, review, and mostly rant about Ang Huling El Bimbo, the musical. So, let's go. So and of course, you're going to be new here, so I hope you subscribe and stay for more content in the future. I will be doing my best to bring you the best content possible in those topics that I discussed earlier. So for now, we're under the pop culture category, and this is a reaction, a review, a rant about Ang Huling El Bimbo, the musical. So as you all know, Ang Huling El Bimbo, the musical was released, uploaded in YouTube by ABS-CBN 2 days ago or 3 na by the time that I upload this, and it aired or it stayed in YouTube for 48 hours. Over that time, it garnered 5 million views, which is really unprecedented for a Filipino theater production, I think. And it raised a lot of discussion, and it was really polarizing na. Napansin ko, may mga comments talaga na people who really loved it for what it is, and there are people who really just blurted out what was wrong with the play, and that's sort of the direction that I'm going with here. So if by now gusto mo nang umalis, gusto ko lang sabihin na at least support local theater. After this pandemic, just go out there, just watch local theater. Alam ko na hindi siya ganun ka-accessible for some. Minsan ang mahal ng mga tickets, but if you really look into it, mas malaki ang nalulugi from the side of the artists, the producers. So really just you being there is a big help for them and a big help to the industry. Kaya I hope after this, Huling El Bimbo raised the discussion about the condition of Philippine theater, mas maraming tao ang manood. And with that out of the way, let's get into the review. So for context, I am an Eraserheads fan. I have been an Eraserheads fan for as long as I can remember. I think it was 2006, 2008, I'm not really sure. And I was an even bigger fan when I came into high school. We bonded through the music of Eraserheads. I write music because of Eraserheads. And really, the success of Ang Huling El Bimbo is a testament to not only the greatness of Philippine theater, but second, the legacy of the Eraserheads as a band. So yun, with that said, bakit ko sinabi yun? Parang hindi naman kailangan yung detail na diehard Eraserheads fan ako. Pero kailangan ko siya put into context. Kasi the first thing I'm going to talk about is the use of the music. I've seen comments na masyadong pilit yung paggamit sa music, na hindi naman kailangan sa eksena, na hindi naman fit yung music, and believe me, the first thing that I loved from this musical is the use of the music. Ang lawak ng discography ng Eraserheads, over around 10 studio albums, a lot of songs that were never heard by the general masses, and I heard some gems like Sino sa Atin, Tama Ka, Light Years, Slow Mo. So ang ganda ng pagkakagamit ng mga kanta. As for me, as a fan, knowing these songs for years, I truly believe that the songs were used appropriately for the context in which they are supposed to be used. So halimbawa, or one of the very best lines in the film that was from an Eraserhead song was the one that John sang in the beginning of the play. Yung slow mo, yung ang mga tao sa buhay mo ay nagdaraan lamang, umaalis, dumarating. Kung papakinggan mo yung kanta na yun by itself, sobrang layo ng intended emotion niya, intended meaning niya. Pero kapag nilagay mo sa context nung character ni Anthony, sobrang, it makes sense. It makes sense that those lines were interpreted the way that they were. So yun ang knock ko against those criticisms. I respect your opinion, but for me, the music was used not perfectly, not excellently, but it was very good. It was very good. Also, napansin ko yung Yun nga, may mga gems. Aside from slow-mo, meron mga gems like Tama Ka. This is a song by Buddy Zabala, the bassist of Eraserheads. It was used in the context of breakup. Pero I have been listening to the song for years, and really that wasn't the context that I really got. So, what they really did well is kumuha ng mga linya from certain songs and transform it in a way that it would be appropriate for the context of the scene or the emotional state of the character for that moment. And I think they really did a good job on that. Number 2 is, it's just a different experience. Of course, kung manonood ka ng teatro na nandoon ka sa mismong lugar, sa mismong Resorts World, it would be a different experience from what we just experienced na nandito lang tayo sa mga bahay natin, sa laptops, sa TV, sa cellphone, na nanonood sa YouTube. Medyo malungkot lang kasi hindi mo ma-appreciate some details of the production that you would have appreciated kung nandun ka sa Resorts World. But still, very thankful na nilabas nila ito. Yun nga, may mga camera angles na minsan off, minsan or madalas hindi mo ma-appreciate yung stage blocking, yung set design. Hindi mo ma-appreciate yung nuances ng mga characters or minsan masyadong malaki yung dating kasi nakafocus sa mukha ng character yung camera, pero this is supposed to be a theater play, di ba? So, tama lang yun in the context na nasa teatro ka, pero kapag pinanood mo sa lente ng camera ng videographer, parang ang laki masyado ng movement, ha? Di ba? Halimbawa si Boom, yung gumanap na young Eman, di ba? Parang ang laki ng movement niya, pero kung tutusin mo, yun yung tama. Yun yung tamang theatrical approach. So, it's just a different experience, but still, I was able to absorb everything, and I was really impressed by the execution of it. I was really impressed by the set design, the choreography, everything actually, every technical detail. Most of the main cast was also really, really good. On that note though, I would just like to point out, kasi may nabasa ako na parang hindi daw masyadong magkakatugma yung mga younger counterpart ng mga present day characters. Pero I would disagree with that. Kasi ang point kasi nung pagkakaroon ng difference between the older and younger character is pinapakita nila yung pagbabago throughout the years. With that guilt in their minds, how it was able to transform them to the present day age. Kita mo, halimbawa si Eman. He used to be loud, he used to be full of nuances, he was hopeful, optimistic, pero ngayon, tignan mo, parang tuod na government employee lang siya. I don't think that was just a coincidence na ganun siya pinili ni O.J. Mariano. I think it was a nuance na pinag-aralan ng director and ng actor. Halimbawa si Anthony, he was shy, basically in the closet, and still is today. Pero nakita mo, nag-iba pa rin yung stance niya. Wala na yung ligaya sa mukha niya. Alam mo yun, those little things tell me that the contrast between the younger and the older versions of the character were planned. So, for me, they really worked. So, okay. Let's get to the meat of the video. The third point that I would make is what went wrong in Ang Huling El Bimbo. So, isang observation lang na masasabi ko is pagdating ng play sa dulo nito, na-realize ko na, ginaya pala nung play yung structure ng Ang Huling El Bimbo. And, don't get me wrong, Ang Huling El Bimbo is the quintessential Eraserhead song. It is the most popular Eraserhead song probably. It was brilliant because it's a storytelling piece, 7 minutes long, pero sobrang buo yung arc ng storya. Ang problema kasi parang in-structure yung play in accordance to the song. Diba? Verse 1, verse 2, it talks about innocence, talks about younger days, talks about joy. And then pagdating ng verse 3, after ng lalalala, yung makalipas sa maraming taon, it became tragic all of a sudden. And for the song, it works. But for this play, it was the downfall of the play for me. the end of Act 1. So, ganun din yung verse 1, verse 2, di ba? Yung Act 1 ng play, ganun din. It was about joy, it was about innocence, it was about nostalgia, and we had enough emotional investment for these characters. For for us to root for them, for us to feel for them. Pero after that, out of nowhere, alam mo yun, parang kagaya nga in the words of my friend who reviewed this play as well, uh, they were desperate to bring a tragedy into the play. They needed something to shift the momentum of the play. And it came in the form of, well, what do you expect? Another rape scene. Another scene that would see the demise, or I don't know if demise is the proper word, but let's just use demise of Joy as a character. And not just Joy as a character. No offense, pero pagdating doon sa second act, the performance of the older Ligaya was just not as good as the performance of the younger Joy, which was Gab Pangilinan. I tried so hard to connect with the older Ligaya, with the older Joy, but I just couldn't. I wanted to feel for her struggles, but I just couldn't. Dahil nga, in part, her character was just a plot device. And di ba nga, this is what raised discussion in social media. Bakit ba patuloy na sumusulat ang mga lalaki ng kwento tungkol sa paghihirap ng mga babae? And I think that's a very, very valid point. I was cringing throughout the second act kasi nga, everything went downhill eh. Not just for the character, but the tone of the play. I mean, it was still emotional. The baggage could feel it, but it was not merited. It was just lazy writing on their part. Sorry to say, but the conflict was like a soap opera. Para ako nanonood ng drama sa GMA o sa ABS na bigla na lang rape scene, trauma ka habang buhay, hanggang mamatay ka, ang sisisihin mo sarili mo. And that was the content of the note, Joy. Content of the note to Ligaya. Sorry, nalilito ako kay Jod Ligaya kasi pareho lang naman. Pagdating doon sa dulo, di ba? Parang kasalanan mo kasi umasa ka sa iba. Just kept piling on in the character. I wouldn't really talk much about women's issues. I am not in the position to do so. Pero what I observed as a viewer is it was cringeworthy to see the character to be continuously derailed not only by the circumstances but by herself. Sobrang weak ng character, sobrang hindi siya empowered, sobrang pababa na nga na pababa, dinikdik pa ng dinikdik. And what did the three main men characters get out of it? May redemption arcs sila. So just because kaya nila magpangako doon sa anak na babawi sila, okay nang lahat, reunite na, kanta na lang tayo sa dulo. It just really doesn't make much sense to me. It's not earned. So yun nga ang problema ko dun sa play, no? You had everything going right for you. You had the right actors, you had the right music, you had a very, very good execution in terms of technical aspects. The set design, the light design, the performance, the direction, it was all coming into place. What you didn't have is a powerful conflict. You didn't have a powerful plot. It just didn't work. That's why it's polarizing. That's why it garnered the reception that it has. Another problem about it is it raised the discussion about theater. Yes, that's a positive, pero it raised a discussion because of it being problematic. So, kailangan ba, in the time, so 2020, that we have to keep on making problematic materials just to raise discussions? Hindi naman, di ba? Nadidisappoint lang talaga ako kasi sayang yung material, sayang cast, sayang lahat ng element. It would have been otherwise an excellent play if it had a proper conflict and the proper writing towards the end. You just needed to have a good second act. Ang problema kasi sa mga writers, minsan they're desperate to have something big, to have a conflict that would just shift the momentum right out of the gate na hindi naman na-earn. Tapos yung resolution, tapos yung mangyayari sa characters, yung consequences dapat nang haharapin ng characters, wala out of the gate. It just really went downhill from that scene. The joyride and the rape scene just really went downhill from there. And so, yun lang naman ang masasabi ko sa Huling El Bimbo the musical. It could have been so much better if it just had the proper conflict. I think everything would come around or come in full circle kung maayos lang talaga yung conflict. Maayos lang talaga yung pagkakasulat sa main character na babae. Sayang lang kasi it garnered so much hype and could have been so much more, pero it was still a really really good play despite what it was. And that's it for the review of today. I hope that you subscribe and sabihin nyo sa akin down below kung anong gusto nyo pang mapanood na content, ano pang gusto nyo i-review ko about sneakers or about basketball, anything under the sun, pwede natin pag-usapan. So, ayun lang. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Maraming salamat sa panonood ng aking first vlog. And that's it for today. Maraming salamat ulit. Peace out.